You're listening to the Mastering Money in Midlife podcast with Debbie Sasson, episode 52.
Welcome to Mastering Money in Midlife, a podcast for midlife women in business to overcome financial anxiety and make more money without burning out or sacrificing their families. Join certified life and money coach Debbie Sasson as she shares practical business strategies and mindset shifts that help you dissolve the money blocks that keep you stuck in a cycle of under-earning and under-saving, sabotage the growth of your business, and prevent you from building the wealth that you desire.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the podcast. Today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about how to invest in your business. But before we get into our topic on investing, I wanted to let you know that doors are now open to my 9-month coaching program, Wired for Wealth. You might recall that 5 months ago, in podcast episode 31, I shared with you all about this group coaching program that I had been thinking about and sort of conjuring up in my mind during the last 2 years. I launched that program at the end of May, beginning of June 2022. I have 10 women in that program right now. My coaching program is open to both women and men, but it just so happens that my current cohort of Wired for Wealth members has 10 women in it, and they are doing remarkably well. They are making more money serving clients. One of my clients put today into our Facebook group that she has 2 new clients that she signed today. And in the last month or 2 months, she has been signing client. Her business has exploded in the last couple of months. And it is just beautiful work that I see my clients doing. In podcast episode 31, I mentioned that Wired for Wealth was a 6-month program. Very soon after I launched the program, it was so clear to me. I was so aligned and congruent with the reality that this program really needed to be a 9-month program. Everybody in the group at the moment is a mom just like me. We have very busy, very full lives. And while I believed that a little bit of pressure and hustle and motivation and just like get up and go to get your business going is a beautiful thing, I also want to make sure that my clients have some semblance of work-life balance. I don't really know if there is such a thing as work-life balance, but we are leading big lives. We have a lot of things going on. And I decided to expand the container from 6 months to 9 months so that we meet 3 times a month and we have 1 week off. And that gives you time for integration, or if you had to miss a week because you went on holiday, of course I want you to go on holiday with your family. Or I celebrated nearly a month in October of Jewish holidays and we welcomed in a new grandson. And like me, my clients have full, busy lives. We want to grow businesses and serve people and be out there and visible and show up and, of course, make money because businesses need to make money. But we also want to have joy and family and life and experiences. And you know the old saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And in this case, it could make Jill a dull woman. So my Wired for Wealth container is now a 9-month container so that we can just take the edge off a little bit and I can give my people, my tribe, and my clients more time to be in the work. I added 3 extra coaching calls, so I expanded the container from 24 calls to 27 calls. And this round, Wired for Wealth 2.0, I guess you would call it, we will also be beginning with a 4-hour intensive. It's like a half-day workshop where we are really going to dial in what your signature offer is that you will be inviting your clients into your container, but the thing that you're going to be selling during the course of your time in the Wired for Wealth coaching program. And we're going to be talking about the CEO skills and the mindset that you want to develop and take on for yourself in order to have the greatest success. One thing that really slows down business owners from growing is thinking of themselves as the thing they do rather than the CEO of their business. So if I took myself as an example, if I would think of myself as a coach rather than a business owner who does coaching, right? Coaching is how I call in business and serve my clients, but I'm a CEO. I run my business, my coaching business, with the planning and the strategy and the money principles and money mechanics that it requires to have a business. Last week on the podcast, for example, I talked all about planning for profit in your business. That is a CEO skill. 2 weeks ago in podcast episode 50, I talked about overcoming the sunk cost fallacy. Again, that is a CEO skill, is to let costs that you've already paid out, expenses that are behind you, letting them go. You want to always show up in your business as a CEO, and that is one of the skills that we're going to work on and continue working on in the Wired for Wealth coaching program. If this is calling you, and I do believe that if you're having a little nudge from God or from the universe or whoever, however you connect with your higher spirit, I want you to go to my website, debbiesasson.com/wired-for-wealth and check out the coaching program, because it is really a beautiful opportunity for you to be in a longer term, a 9-month coaching container. We start November 28th, so don't hesitate and please reach out. All right, my friends, let's jump into our topic, which is how to invest in your business. The first thing that I want to share with you is that investing is different from spending. When you're in your business, money inflows, it comes into your business, and money leaves your business when you are spending it on something or investing it in something. And it's important to understand what the difference is between the two items, spending and investing. Spending is something that will have a short-term effect, and it's not going to grow over time. For example, I invest in Zoom, right? I meet with my clients online and I use Zoom software. If I want to create graphics, I also have a membership with Canva. And if I want to host my website or my podcast, I use different services like SiteGround for my website or Libsyn for my podcast. These are hosting services, and I spend money on those services. Using those services is never going to be the thing that increases the monetary value of my business. It's going to be something that is static, or it could be even an asset that depreciates with time. For example, a computer. When you buy a computer and you hold it for a year, there will almost undoubtedly be a new computer that has launched onto the market that is going to be faster. It's going to have more tools. It's going to have better resolution, more pixels, more memory. The memory is also going to process more quickly, right? The moment you buy a laptop computer, it's losing value day by day. Also, there's just general deterioration that happens over time. In accounting terms, we call it depreciation. So if you buy a laptop today, let's say you pay $2,000 for your laptop, it's going to be worth maybe $1,000 in a year or 2 or 3. I don't know how quickly laptops depreciate in value and go, from the purchase price to whatever, half the price in the market. But we do know that every 6 months, every year, there's always something new with the state of the art that has been launched and is available on the market. That is how you spend money in your business. When you invest, investing is always in something that is going to grow. It's going to compound with time. It's going to give you what we call a return, a positive return on your investment. let me just sidetrack and talk about investing in financial assets, which could be, for example, stocks, if you have a stock portfolio, or real estate, if you buy real estate as an investment. When you take money and you invest it in real estate or invest it in the stock market, your expectation is that money is going to grow over time. If we look at the US stock market as an example, over long periods of time, the average return on investment in the US stock market is 10%, 9, 10, 11%, but the average is about 10% per year. We're in November 2022. This has not been a good year for the stock markets. The US stock market and global stock markets are down. But again, if we expand our time frame, not just for 1 year, for 12 months, but really look at it for 10 and 20 and 30 and 40 and 50-year periods, the average return is 10%, even a little bit more. Similarly, in your business, if you want your business to grow and increase in value over time, you have to take the money that you receive from your clients and take that money and invest it in your business. If you think about the different opportunities that you have for your money and what you can do with it, you really have to ask yourself, how can I make the value of my business grow for the long term? We don't want to be impatient for a quick return on investment. We're always going to take our money and put something that's going to give us a longer term return. If it turns around quickly, that's great. You could put money in the stock market and you could just show up in a year when you got very lucky and the market rose by 20% or 30% and you just got a bumper year. And sometimes that happens when you are investing in your business, that you can double your money pretty quickly. But you always want to keep a long-term investment horizon in your mind when you're investing in your own personal business, and never be impatient for quick returns. So the main thing that I have invested in for the long-term growth in my business is me, because I am the most important asset in my business. It's not my computer. It's not my podcast. It's not my website. It's not my Zoom membership or my Canva membership. The most important asset is me. I show up in my business and I serve my clients. So I am always investing in my mind and developing my mind and my thinking skills, sharpening my capacity to think better on behalf of my clients so that I can serve them better. I invest both in a business coaching program because I work with a business coach who has more experience and has made more money in her business than I have made in mine. And she has things that she teaches me, and I learn from her experience, and I take her experience and I apply it to my business. I also invest in coaching certification programs. I just now invested in a new program called Deep Dive Coaching, and that's a 4-month program. And I am learning new skills to go deeper into nervous system work and embodied money work, because that will improve my coaching skills so that I can show up better, stronger for my clients and help them to get quicker results. So in your business, you have to look at how you are making money and whatever you can do to make your results better for your clients. You can speed up the results from your clients. They can get more powerful insights, more powerful results. That investing for you is always going to be something that is going to have a return on investment over time. So I would look, for example, at my program, Wired for Wealth, as something that you could invest in for your business, because it will teach you CEO skills, how to manage your money, how to work on marketing, how to, work on sales. There is my sacred sales conversation process that my clients say is gold. And when they follow the process and they connect with the process and they show up and they're serving their clients with clean, unattached energy and really helping and serving their clients, they close their sales faster. So that is one way that you can invest in your business and in your future, because any money that you would invest in a program like Wired for Wealth will grow and compound over time. The other thing that I would like to bring to your attention with investing, and this is a little bit more with personal finance rather than business finance, but I do think it's important that I bring it up as part of the discussion, is that there is a difference between saving money and investing money. When we save money, it's money that we want in a safe place because maybe we're going to need it for an unexpected expense. That could be a joyous occasion, like maybe a friend of mine across the Atlantic Ocean is getting married and I want to take a flight and I want to go and celebrate with them. And in fact, in January, my cousin's son is getting married and I would like to go to that wedding. So if I have money in my savings account, then I will be able to pay for the air flights and enjoy and celebrate with my cousins at their wedding. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's a sad event. It could be an unexpected medical event that happened, or all of a sudden your car needs repair. But it's always a good idea to have money in savings for unexpected events that always happen in life. Or, for example, now I'm recording the podcast in November 2022, and next summer, I want to take a vacation with my family. So having money in savings is going to give me that pot of cash that I'll be able to spend on something that I actually know when it's going to happen. I don't know the date, don't know the month, but I want to make sure that I have that safe savings set aside for the future. When you invest money, like I said before, it's always with a long-term view. Let's say, for example, that I was going to take $10,000 and I wanted that $10,000 for my summer vacation with my family in the summer of 2023. And I thought to myself, you know what, maybe I could make that $10,000 double to $20,000 if I put it into the stock market. And rather than keeping it in a safe savings account, I put it into the stock market. Here we are in 2022. I have no idea what is going to happen by next summer. The money could increase in value. It could decrease in value. I could end up, rather than going on vacation, I could end up having a staycation because I don't have any money because the stock market continues the trend, downward like it's had in 2022. Any money that you know that you're going to need, or for an unexpected expense where you know you're going to need money, you would never want to put that money into an investment because investments need time. The expectation is always that there's going to be a positive and very juicy return on investment. As I said, the stock market returns like 10% per annum over long periods of time. When you invest in your business, what I have seen is my first year when I really started investing in my business, I tripled my business. And after that, I've increased it by about 33%. And now it's gone down to about 25%, every year for the last 3 years. I started really investing in 2019. I went from $40,000 to $100,000 in my business in 2019. And then I grew it to $155,000 and then $200,000. And this year I'm actually on track to make $300,000 in my business. So it's actually going to be a 50% increase in my business in 2022. And that is because I continue to invest in my brain and I continue to invest in my business acumen and my business skills. So when you are thinking about how you want to grow your business, I want to also caution you about being in a place of scarcity and lack. When you're investing, you don't want to have to hustle to see the return on your investment very, very quickly. I've been fortunate that I have been in a place where I have seen the return on investment in the last 4 years, but I would also like to bring to your attention that I started my business in 2008, and for the first 10 years of my business, now it wasn't investing my time like it was like my full-time job because I do have a large family and I had some kids who needed my attentions. I had to take a couple of years, almost off of my business completely because I needed to be more at home. But I had business coaches and I had a marketing coach. I wrote a book. I launched a book. I was doing all the quote unquote, all the right things in my business during those years, but my business didn't grow, or it didn't grow very quickly. In the first 10 years of my business, I was able to move the needle on my business from $0 to $40,000 in my business. Again, I wasn't working full time and I had taken some time off and whatever, but I wasn't impatient for the money to return quickly. So I allowed my investments to be in there and to, collect the compound return on investments that would happen. Let's say if it was in the stock markets, they were just like a little bit of return on my investments. And then all of a sudden in 2019, when I went all in, I turned the corner, and then I was able to really skyrocket my business from $40,000 to $100,000 that year. And I have just continued to keep growing because I've taken everything that I've learned now by being in business for the last 14 years. And it is just this continual growth and compound. And I see this beautiful, return on investment curve. If I could show it to you with a graph, and you could probably Google it, what does your long-term return on investment look like? I definitely have it in my book, The 1K Investor, Simple Smart Steps to Start Investing with $1,000 or Less. But that's exactly the pattern that I have seen in my business. My early investments just took a little bit more time, or a lot more time, to show me the return. So wherever you are in your business, really think about, is the thing that's holding you back that you are just being a little bit in scarcity and lack and unwilling to invest money in your business for long-term growth? Or if you already have a history of investing money in your business and you're getting impatient, do you need to give it a little bit more time? Or do you need to make that next investment that's really going to step you up and catapult you into just a higher level of your business? And it's your responsibility and job as the CEO of your business to be introspective and ask yourself, what stage of my business am I in? Have I been investing in my business? Or have I just been making little tweaks and just buying little courses? And I don't want to be dismissive or poo-poo the little courses. I also did the little courses and I bought them. But I have to tell you that when I invested at higher levels, when I put more money into my business, I got way better returns on my investments because I showed up better. What you pay for, you pay attention to. When you pay more money for something, you pay more attention to it. So I really believe, down to my tippy toes, that when you invest in a higher level, you will take yourself more seriously, you'll be more committed, and you will actually see higher level returns. So really think about yourself and your business. Where could you be holding yourself back from bigger, powerful growth? The ability to show up more boldly and more visibly and serve more clients? And where do you need to invest to create more money and to create greater success and impact in your business? All right, my friends, that is what I have for you today. I'm really calling out for you to ask yourself how you want to invest in your business for your long-term success. And if you would like to reach out and speak with me, and we can have a discussion, a conversation to see if Wired for Wealth is the business investment that is right for you at this stage of your business, reach out to me. Send me an email, Debbie@DebbieSasson.com. And you can also go to my website, DebbieSasson.com/wired-for-wealth. Check out the sales page and all the details are there. The 9 modules that we're going to be covering: your CEO skills, creating your signature offer, healing your relationship with money, marketing, sales skills, business foundations. It's all there. Go and check it out. I look forward to seeing you in Wired for Wealth, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the podcast. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Mastering Money in Midlife. If you want more information on Debbie Sasson or the resources from the podcast, visit masteringmoneyinmidlife.com.